a lot on my mind, but other than that, not really.
Okay, and how long have you been experiencing trouble sleeping?
For like the past few months.
Okay. And how many hours of sleep would you say that you typically get a night?
Maybe like 6.
6. Okay. And do you feel that you often have like the urge to like wake up and have trouble getting back to sleep, or?
I think usually I just can't really fall asleep.
Okay, so you have trouble falling asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Now, is there anything that you take before you go to bed? I know you don't use any drugs or medications, but are there any like supplements or anything that you?
No, I haven't tried anything yet, so
Do you drink like caffeine right before you go to sleep, or?
not usually, no.
No. Okay. Do you have any current allergies?
Mm, no, not that I know of.
Okay. And I did want to ask you, have you had any significant medical problems before in your past, like in your childhood, adolescence?
No,
No.
nothing major.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about your family history. Does your family have any history of any psychiatric illness?
Um, no, not that I know of. I mean, not that me and my dad weren't close. Um, but not that I know of.
Okay. And what about any medical history, any medical issues in your family?
No.
No? Okay. Now, I did want to go ahead and ask you, Steve is your first child. Were there any other times when your wife was carrying or was pregnant?
No, I think after Steve, she never really expressed interest in like having another kid. Maybe because I don't help that much. She got kind of overwhelmed, but yeah, just Steve.
Okay. Now, do you have any history of any head trauma?
No.
Okay. Now, tell me more about where you were raised and who raised you. Tell me more about that family history there.
Well, I was raised by, I guess, my dad and my mom. Um, we moved a lot, so I don't really have like a home, you know. I never really had that many friends because we moved all the time. But my dad was like, he was really distant, and I don't know, I was never very close to him. He died when I was 12, so. But then my mom, she was like, I liked my mom, but she was very like overprotective, and she kind of smothered me. Um, like she, you know, bathed me until I was like 15, and I don't know, she was just constantly just over me.
Tell me more about that. Tell me more about times when she was over to you, or as you said, smothered you.
Like I said, like, she gave me baths till I was 15, and I don't know, I just felt like she was always like around, and even I don't know, when I was with my friends, like she would be sort of hovering. So I don't know, she was just constantly like over me.
Well, tell me more about what you mean by hovering over you.
I just felt like she was always kind of trying to be like a part of everything. Like even when I was like hanging out with my friends, like she would be there, kind of, really close to me, trying to kind of be a part of it, and I don't know, it was just too much sometimes.
Okay. Tell me more about some of those times where it was too much.
Like I remember when I was like 13, I guess. Um, I mostly hung out with like girls. Um, so like my three best friends were, girls. They were a little bit older than me, and we would play all the time, and like wrestle and stuff. And my mom was just like always there, like in the same room as us, even though I don't know. It was just strange, I guess, that she always wanted to be around.
Okay. Could you describe a particular instance where that happened? Where it was strange for her to just hang around?
Yeah. I guess like when me and my like three girlfriends were hanging out one time, we were all wrestling, and one of them like got I like fell on top of one of them and kind of started rubbing against her, and ended up, getting off that way. And it was weird that my mom was like watching us.
Okay. Now, was this the first time that your mom has seen you do this?
Sort of. I guess like when she used to bathe me and stuff, she would, wash me everywhere, and like sometimes, I would, get hard. She was rubbing on me or whatever, but I never like climaxed that way.
Okay, tell me more about one of those instances where you said that she rubbed on you during bath time.
She would just always like take good care to like, wash me down there, and like would rub on it more than other places, I guess.
Okay, so you would say that she paid particular focus to that area
Yeah.
during bath time, and even when you had an erection, she would continue?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long would you say that that was going on for?
Till I was like 15.
Okay. When would you say it started? When that type of touching behavior happened, when did that start?
I guess sort of after like my dad died, so like 12 or so.
Okay, so for about 3 years she started doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did that make you feel when she started doing that?
I guess I felt like at first it was kind of weird, I guess, but it sort of started to feel normal after a while. After she stopped, it was actually kind of weird then too, because I don't know, that was just something that we did, and then she stopped, and I didn't really get why.
Okay. And how often would she do that to you? How often would she bathe you in a day?
Once, usually.
Just once a day? Okay. And would that always be like at a particular time?
Yeah, usually like nighttime we would do that.
Okay. Okay. Now, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister. She's younger than me. She's 5 years younger than me.
Okay. Tell me more about your relationship with your sister.
We don't really talk that much. When she was, I guess I was like 13, and she was like 8-ish. I sort of started like how I told you, like while I was friends with my girlfriends, like rubbed up against them, and that felt good, and I kind of sort of started doing that to her like at night sometimes, and so I guess I did that for like a few years, and she finally threatened to tell mom, so I stopped, but we don't really talk now.
Okay, and how often did that used to happen?
Just like any night when the opportunity presented itself.
Tell me more about that. Tell me more about those opportunities. What type of opportunities would present themselves where you would do that?
Just like if my mom was asleep or had gone out or something, or I just kind of felt, the urge to, go in her room.
Okay. And when did that start?
That's when I was like 13-ish.
Okay, when you were 13. And when did it stop?
Like a few years after, so when I was 16 or so.
16, okay. And could you tell me a little bit more about what happened when that stopped? Did you stop on your own, or was there a particular instance that caused you to stop?
Well, I guess she got older, and then she just got sick of it, I guess, and she threatened to tell mom.
Okay.
So I didn't want to get in trouble.
So it was because she threatened to tell mom, that's when you stopped?
Yeah.
Okay. And you would do that to her, how often? Would you say it was every night, or?
Not every night, because sometimes mom would stay awake and be in the house or whatever. Just a couple of nights a week or so.
Okay. Now tell me more about your sister in her reaction to everything that was going on. What would your sister say to you during these episodes?
Well, when it first started, she was kind of young, so she didn't really, I don't know, she didn't really know anything, I guess.
How old
So
would you say she was?
She was about 8, I guess.
8,
Um, so she just would kind of, I guess she was kind of scared seeming, so she would just kind of, lay there. But as she got older, she, started telling me to stop and, then threatened to tell mom finally, so.
Okay, and because it's been going on for a couple of years, when was the first time that she threatened to tell mom? Like, when was that moment? Was that when she was 12?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And there were no other times where she told you to stop before?
Well, sometimes, but I mean, I was the older brother, so she had to listen to me, so, I would just keep doing it.
Okay. Okay. Now, I did want to go ahead and ask you, you said that you don't talk to your sister anymore. How long has it been since you've spoken with your sister?
I guess since, I moved out, when I went to college, when I moved out, we kind of just didn't really talk anymore.
Okay, so when was that? When did you move out and go to college?
Well, after I graduated high school, so I was like 18.
Okay, when you were 18, you just went straight off to college. And what college did you go to?
Georgia State.
Georgia State. Okay. And what did you study there?
Psychology. I got a bachelor's in psychology.
Okay. Okay. And tell me a little bit more about your college life. Did you have a lot of friends in college?
I mean, I guess I had friends, but I've never really gotten the trivial, just everyday talk. I don't know, it's just not interesting to me. That's like when Helen wants to go out with her friends. I just think they're really boring. I don't get it. So, I mean, I kind of had friends, but I wasn't too social, I guess.
Tell me sometimes maybe about some of the episodes that you experienced during college.
Well, I guess at parties, I would rub up against girls, or there was a high school right next to us, and sometimes I'd go sit in the parking lot in my car and watch the girls go in, and masturbate in my car, mostly stuff like that.
Okay. How often would you say that you masturbate in a day?
Probably 1 or 2 times a day.
Okay. And what would it be about?
It's always, it starts out I'm rubbing up against someone that normally a stranger, and then they like it, and then it leads to intercourse. That's pretty much the only thing that sort of gets me excited.
Okay.
But in real life, when I do it, they aren't really excited and they just act disgusted, or in my fantasies they're always excited and it leads to more.
Okay. And would you say that that's the only thing? That's the only thing that gets you off, as you said before? That's the only thing that sexually excites you?
Yeah, I mean, different kinds of sex excite me, I guess, but it has to start with the rubbing and stuff like that. Otherwise, it's just I don't get it.
Okay, so that has to be a major part of your fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like that for every time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think of Helen sometimes, because that's how I can't really get excited unless we do that, and I feel like sometimes, she asks us not to, but, I can't get excited if we don't do that.
Okay. And you mentioned before that you're sort of distant from your father. Tell me more about that.
Well, like I said, he died when I was 12, but when he was alive, I don't know, he just always seemed to reject me, and we never did anything together, and I don't know, I never felt connected to him. And I guess that may be another reason I'm trying to sort of be more involved with Steve, because I feel like I'm sort of being how my father was to me.
Okay. Tell me more about some of those times where you felt rejected by your father.
Well, anytime, I would ask him to do anything with me, teach me, how to throw a ball or something, or, I guess when I got older, I kind of, wanted to know about how to talk to girls and stuff. He just would brush me off.